Picture this. You see a woman you're attracted to. Your brain, which handles complex decisions every single day, immediately goes into full blue screen of death mode. Your mouth opens. Words come out. You have no idea what those words were. She smiles. You laugh too loud at something that was not a joke. She gets a text she definitely needs to respond to right now. You go home. You replay the whole thing in the shower for 6 consecutive days. That's not a character flaw. That's a skill gap. And skill gaps can be fixed. I spent years being genuinely terrible at talking to women, not because I was a bad person, not because I was ugly, because nobody ever taught me what actually works, and I spent way too long learning from movies where guys say exactly the right thing at exactly the right moment because the writer spent 3 weeks drafting it. Real life doesn't have a writer, so here's what actually works. 1. Stop performing. She's not a casting director. Here's what most guys do in conversation with a woman they like. They perform. They're running a greatest hit set, dropping achievements casually, steering every topic back to something that makes them sound impressive, basically doing a TED Talk nobody signed up for. And she can feel it. Women can smell try-hard energy the way dogs smell fear. It's that obvious. It kills attraction faster than almost anything else because it broadcasts one thing loud and clear. I need you to be impressed by me. That's the opposite of attractive. That's anxious. That's someone whose confidence is rented, not owned. The guys who are actually good at this, they're curious, genuinely, specifically curious about who she actually is, not as a technique, as a real thing. Ask something real, listen to the actual answer, let her be interesting, because here's what happens when you do. Her brain starts associating feeling interesting with being around you, and that association is more powerful than any story about your job title. 2. Your questions are boring. Fix that. What do you do? That's elevator music in question form. It's not wrong, it's just what every single guy before you already asked. She has a rehearsed answer. It goes nowhere. The conversation dies in 3 exchanges and you're both looking around the room. Here's the fix. Ask something she's never been asked before. Not what do you do? Try what's something you're actually obsessed with right now that has nothing to do with work. Not where are you from? Try what's the most unexpected thing about where you grew up. Not how was your day? Try what's the weirdest interaction you had with a stranger this week. Those questions do something normal questions don't. They open a door instead of a file cabinet, and behind that door is an actual person, specific, interesting, unrepeatable. That's who you want to be talking to. That's the conversation that doesn't end. 3. Silence is not a crisis. Stop treating it like one. I used to fill silence like it was my job, like somewhere in the universe a buzzer would go off if I let 2 seconds pass without words. It's the conversational equivalent of that one friend who can't watch a movie without commenting on every scene. Exhausting. Here's what silence actually is. A sign that both people are thinking, that something real just landed, that the conversation has enough substance to pause on. Calm silence is one of the most attractive things a man can project. It says, I'm not rattled. I don't need noise to feel okay. I'm just here. Next time silence happens, let it breathe. 2 seconds, that's it. 2 seconds of not panicking changes the entire energy of the exchange. She'll feel it, trust me. 4. Actually listen, like really actually listen. Most men in conversation are not listening, they're waiting. There's a vacant quality to it, the eyes that drift slightly, the response that would have made sense 3 sentences ago, the pivot back to themselves before she's even finished. She's seen it 100 times, she knows the difference immediately. Real listening looks like this. You catch the thing she almost didn't say. Your follow-up question could only exist if you actually heard her. You reference something from 10 minutes earlier in the conversation and she thinks, wait, he remembered that? Think about Good Will Hunting. Robin Williams talking about the specific, unrepeatable details of knowing a real person, the way they smell, the things only they do. That's the energy, not therapist mode, just actually being there for the conversation instead of using it as a waiting room. The bar for this is genuinely embarrassingly low. Most guys aren't doing it. You doing it makes you immediately, noticeably different. 5. Have opinions, real ones, say them out loud. Opinionless men are boring. I'm just gonna say it. The guy who agrees with everything, laughs at everything, has no strong feelings about anything, he seems safe, he seems easy, and he is completely forgettable. Here's what's actually attractive. Disagreeing calmly, having a take, saying, "I actually see that completely differently," without turning it into a debate club championship. When you hold a perspective and don't immediately abandon it the second she raises an eyebrow, something shifts. You stop being furniture in the conversation and start being a person she has to actually reckon with. That friction, that healthy, respectful friction, is interesting. It's memorable. Be someone she can push back against. Those are the conversations people replay later, not the ones where you agreed with everything she said like a golden retriever waiting for approval. 6. Say her name once, like you mean it. Not 5 times, that's a hostage negotiation. Just once, dropped naturally into something genuine. That's actually a really good point. Name, that's it. Psychologists found that hearing your own name activates a uniquely personal response in the brain. It signals this is about me specifically, not a general interaction. Me. In a world full of generic conversations with guys who never once used her name, that one moment lands differently than everything else around it. One word, disproportionate impact. Use it wisely. Subscribe, more coming every week, and it only gets better from here.